Good morning, everybody. Dave Schmidt along with Matt Nestor and producer Tom Warner. We're on the Pigskin preview, our final two interviews of the year. We're going to shift over to the Big Northern West. And a guy that had a great finish last year came back, and I even did an article called Cinderella Wears Orange and Black. It got numerous hits. Jeff Boyer from Byron, and last year, what a dream season, Coach. Did you enjoy that last year, and does that get you ready for this year?
Oh, we had a great time with it. Absolutely, it was a great run in the playoffs last year, and our kids and our parents and our community are geared up to do it again.
Yeah, I was going to say, so how do you keep the momentum going? Obviously, that was last year, so you got to kind of leave it in the past, but how do you keep that momentum going into this year?
Yeah, you just refocus on the task at hand. I mean, we talked to our kids about being 1-0 each week, and we can't look back at last year and rely on what happened last year. We got to move forward, and our kids are ready to do that.
When you go through that run last year, did you have some young guys maybe that got some experience that can help carry that over into this year?
Yeah, we really did, Dave. I mean, we had a lot of kids at the beginning of last year that were juniors that were starting on the varsity squad. And, those kids grew up over the course of the year, just got a lot better. But we also had two sophomores that were up with us last year, in Justin Martinez and Billy Trosper that played and started for us at the end of the year.
A lot of coaches tell me that the farther they can go in the playoffs, the more they get to work with their young kids. Was that the case that you're kind of telling us right now, that you were able to do that?
Yeah, we actually brought, the sophomores up with us for the playoffs. So those kids got, another month of football practice in. And, when you keep doing that and getting those guys, another half season, that always helps.
Offensively, who returns for you, and who are you going to be kind of relying on there?
Our pretty much our entire backfield is coming back. Peyton Jameson at quarterback. Zach Cogswell is a wingback for us. Avery Carlson is our fullback. Jacob Ellsbury plays tail, and we also got a couple other kids that can carry the ball in the backfield. And then up front offensively, Hunter Janzik returns for us at tight end. Billy Trosper, McCoy Zeal, Matt Keller are all returning starters on the offensive line from last year.
I also heard you got an NFL guy helping that out a little bit, huh?
Yeah, that might help too. Yeah, Sean, he's been coaching this year and doing a great job with our special teams and our defense.
Defensively, what are you guys looking at, especially if you got somebody like that helping? What kind of, difference is he making maybe with the kids on the defensive side of the ball?
Oh, I think we're getting, I was the defensive back coach last year, and, the kids are definitely improved in that area this year. I mean, anytime you can bring Sean on staff and have him work with your kids and the expertise that he brings, it's just amazing. So we're happy to have him, and hope this can be a long-term thing moving forward.
You look at the conference, and obviously that Big Northern West is always just a nightmare to get through. What do you guys see when you look around there this year?
Yeah, I mean, everybody looks around and they go, we have to get 5 wins to get in the playoffs, and everybody's going to be good this year. I know Lutheran, returns a lot of kids. Stillman's going to be good. Dixon's going to be good. Oregon was a second-round playoff team last year. You go down the line, Mendota was a playoff team last year. We have a lot of teams in our conference that are very competitive, and we just got to find a way to get 5 wins and get in the playoffs. And when we do, I think we're battle-tested, and that showed last year.
This is the last year for the Big Northern as we know it, and next year you probably have to schedule some non-conference games, or do you have something settled for next year? Because it's been kind of nice the last couple of years for you guys, everybody scheduling.
Yeah, we're set for weeks 2 through 9. We just have to find a week 1 opponent.
You mentioned Sean working with the special teams. How's the kicking game look right now? I know especially at the smaller schools, that can make a difference for you guys. Between winning and losing a game.
Yeah, it's pretty good. We lost a real good punter and kicker, and Danny Falconer. He went on to Coe College, and he's going to kick and punt at Coe College. So that was a big loss for us for this year. But we have a junior by the name of Trevor Courts who's stepping in as our kicker. And right now we have a couple guys that are punting for us. Not exactly sure who that's going to be, but Zach Cogswell has been working on that, and Vern Johnson.
You've got a few years under your belt now. How much more comfortable is it getting those first couple of years in and now having that big playoff run to to get the kids out? I know the mental part of the game is a big deal, especially when you're playing in the Big Northern Conference.
Yeah, I think it's critical to come in and get established in the first few years, and I feel like we've done that. Our kids, I think they have a new confidence about them, and they've really bought into the program. And our numbers are as good as they've been, since I've taken over. We got about 90 kids.
Wow.
Freshman through senior right now, which is a great thing. So we want to keep that going as well.
Here we are less than a week from the first game. How do you feel the off season has gone for you guys, and what are you guys really looking to work on here? Obviously, other than what you're going to do in the first game, but what are you guys looking to work on here as we really get ready to enter the season?
Well, off season was great. We spent all summer in the weight room like we always do, and the kids have just done a great job in the weight room, and I think that's why we're seeing some of the results that we are. So, hats off to them, and I'm looking forward to seeing some of the results of the work that we put in all summer.
And you open the season against one of the bigger teams in the conference from the East, Marengo. What do you expect to see from them in that first game?
That's going to be a tough game for us. We got beat by Marengo last year, and we definitely remind the kids about that. And they're going to be good again this year. I know they have a running back that returns, and he's very fast. So we're going to have to make sure that we keep him in check. They run the spread game, so we're going to have to be on top of that. And, we're looking forward to playing them, but it's going to be a test right off the bat.
How tough is that to start off that way? We kind of talked about the conference and how you have to try to find 5 wins. Usually would make those non-conference games that much more important, but how tough is it to have one like that when you know what you've got in the conference, too?
We've really had that situation ever since I took over. My first year we played in Nakusa. It was a Wisconsin team, and they were quarterfinalists, I think, the 3 years previous to us playing them. So that was a tough one to open up with, and we beat them once. They beat us the next year. And then, Marengo, they've just improved tremendously. I know they were a 5-4 team last year, and I know they're looking to get back in the playoffs this year. So, yeah, it's a tough thing to open up with, but it's something that we're definitely used to.
We're talking with our friend Jeff Boyer over Byron. They had the playoff run last year. They were kind of a Cinderella. I don't think this year you're going to be Cinderella to start the year. You're going to have an X on your back. Is that something you talk to your kids about too?
Yeah, a little bit. I mean, there's no more flying under the radar for us. Semifinals last year, everyone's looking to beat us, and people know that we have a lot of kids coming back. So, yeah, everyone probably has that game circled on the schedule.
What's the one thing you guys got to do to get ready for Marengo next week?
I think, we're healthy right now. I think that's the most important thing. All our kids are pretty much ready to go. We got one kid that's dinged up a little bit, but for the most part, our kids are healthy. And, I think the physical play is going to be important for us, and also making sure that we keep number 34 in check and don't let him loose on any long runs.
Before I let you go, Coach, back when you were in the nursing home, they're moving you around in the wheelchair, what will you remember from last year's season as a coach that is kind of something that's a special memory to you?
From last year?
Yeah, last year. Yeah, when you had your special run.
Hey, I'm only 33, so I haven't thought much about that.
There you go. Wish I was only 33, Coach.
No, I think the kids would definitely agree with this, but I think the win against Sterling Newman at our place, you look back at that game and you look at that as one of the biggest games in Byron history. And for us to come in as the underdog in that game and get the win that we did, that was just a tremendous atmosphere in the state quarterfinals, and it was just a great win for our program and for our kids. So I would look at that and think about that one.
Well, thanks so much, Coach, for coming on. You've helped me out a couple times during the summer. You had that football camp and things, and we worked that out. And just getting to enjoy knowing you, and good luck this year. We'll keep an eye on those Byron guys.
Okay. Thanks, Dave. Appreciate the coverage.
We've been talking to Jeff Boyer, the head football coach at Byron. They had that magical run. Those are fun.
It was great to see them go on that run. They go 5-4 in the season, and barely make the playoffs, and you figure, not much is going on, and they pick up a win here and there. And like you said, that Sterling Newman game, I mean, I think everybody thought that was the end of the run right there, and to pick up that win, over a team that everybody thought was going to kind of waltz to a state championship, great season for them. I know they, once they got going, I know they felt short of where they wanted to be. I'm sure they wanted to go win the state title once they kind of got going, but that's a big win that's, almost kind of like winning a state title.
Yes, it was. If it was Vegas odds, they wouldn't have had very good odds.
Yeah, you could have made a lot of money.
Could have
made a lot of money if they would have had Vegas odds.